yourhorrormovie.com/, your horror movie podcast.
So you mean to tell me for 40 years you've never seen Halloween 3 Season of the Witch and you never knew Michael Myers wasn't even in it?
I had no idea, dude.
Are you being serious?
I started watching this last night, and I'm like, yeah, I've never seen this movie before. I was like waiting and waiting. I was like, oh my god, what's that guy running from?
Bro, I've got
two
fucking
Myers?
questions.
Is Michael Myers in a car? No.
I've got two fucking questions for you, real quick, and I'm pretty sure Justin can agree with these questions. One, how big is the rock that you've been living under? And two,
it's pretty big.
When's the first time you saw daylight?
I usually live under rocks, so I don't really.
Bro, we're on a horror podcast.
I got it. You ready for this, Justin?
What?
Fuck you, Michael Myers is in this. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Well, he was in it.
He makes a guest appearance on the TV in the bar.
He did. That's the only fucking time I saw him. I'm like, wait, why is he?
How old are you? Aren't you in like your 30s?
What are you, like 12?
Dude, I just turned 20 like last year, bro.
What are you, like 34, 33?
Dude, stop. I'm 34.
34? How would you know? This is a joke. This is not real life.
This is not a real thing. This is not real life.
This is why we picked Halloween 3 and not 4. We picked it because it's a standalone movie.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I thought it was going to be like 4 because that's the one that when I picture that's the one that I end up picturing because of the clown, the clown.
Why do you think they call it the return of Michael Myers? Because he was missing in the other one.
This is a lot to process.
Dude, why would they do that? Why would they name this movie a completely different thing?
They called it Season of the Witch, not Season of the Michael.
Also, dude, before we just as we're just talking, I'm going to tell my story with this because I am older than you, but I also realized this at a way earlier age. So back in the day, like when I was renting, I fell in love with Halloween movies. I was renting like them from the mom and pop stores, and I was obsessed. I was going in order. I rented 3 and 4. There wasn't all this internet shit. This was like a long time ago. So I remember reading 3 and being like, Season of the Witch, and it looked weird. I'm like, that's really fucking weird. I remember watching it and I hated it. I think I turned it off halfway through because I'm like, what the hell am I watching? This is the stupidest thing I've ever watched.
The fuck's he coming out, dude?
Yeah, I'm like, where is he? And then I'm looking on like part 4 and I'm like, oh, the return. Oh shit, he returned. But once again, I'm talking like this is like 25 years ago. This is like pre all this info that everyone in the world knows. So
back in Blockbuster days, Justin, I went down this exact same path as you. I rented this because I was watching Halloween backwards. Because one of the first Halloweens that I saw was The Curse of Michael Myers.
6. Yep.
And I started working my way backwards and like watched them sporadically and stuff. And then I came across this one and I watched it and I fucking hated it. And then I thought someone was playing a cruel joke on me because there was no Michael Myers. And I thought, maybe I spaced out, maybe I didn't pay attention. So I forced myself to watch it again. And never again in my entire adolescent life did I have the urge to watch this movie.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you're gonna give your rating now?
Yeah.
That was quick. That was good. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right.
Later.
All right. Let's gather and restart. Who picked this?
Right.
Expectation. Let's.
I picked this.
So, is this a better Halloween movie
than all the Hellraisers combined? Absolutely.
Halloween ends. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Okay.
Michael Myers wasn't in that movie either.
Right.
The fuck. All right, dude. I picked this because later on in my adult life, I did give this a second chance after I found out that this was supposed to be a standalone film. And I think had it not been attached to the Halloween franchise, this movie fucking slaps. But because when I saw this when I was a kid and my expectation was Mikey fucking Myers and there was no Myers of the Michael in this movie, that my expectation was absolute dog shit. But on a rewatch as an adult, I do enjoy this movie, so my rewatch is pretty high. I'm gonna give this a 7 on my rewatch expectation.
My wife had never seen, like, I told her, it's like, hey, there's no Michael Myers in this movie. I'm like, she's like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, babe, he's still lost in the Rob Zombie universe. I don't know what to tell you.
I did not expect the podcast. I did not expect this at all.
So going into this, knowing Michael Myers, I was going to give this, like a 7 out of 10 because, it's fucking Michael Myers. I love Michael Myers. And then, that changed
Hold on, I got one more follow-up question. So you like Michael Myers? So you're trying to tell me you probably have you not seen have you seen all the other Halloweens besides 3, or is there other ones you've skipped? Like, did you just happen to not watch 3 and never want to watch?
Literally, that is the
Justin,
one that
his favorite is definitely Resurrection.
I'm so confused. Like, how do you just never watch 3?
Rob Zombie's got the best Halloween, right,
Stop.
Justin?
No, don't trigger me. This is ridiculous. This is off.
Don't you trick or treat on me? This is a Halloween episode.
This is a trick or treat.
All right. Anyway, expectation rating, same. I hated it when I was younger, and I was I was pissed that there's no Mike Myers. Rewatched it as standalone. I did like it, so I knew what I was getting myself into. So this is the first time I've rewatched it in a long time. So I was very excited to rewatch this, and like I said, I was probably expecting maybe 6.5.
6.5. That is the first time you didn't give us an actual number.
Yeah.
Instead of the 6.52781, you like 6.5.
I thought it sounded weird when I said it too. I was like, that's
6.5.
It didn't quite roll off the tongue.
Yeah, it sounded a little awkward. But
all right, dude, you guys ready to get into this?
This has been an outrageous start.
All right, but before we start, I want to give a parental discretion advisory. Is that what they say on TV?
Something like that.
What the story that we're about to tell you about Hack Stab Slash, I do not need anyone calling CFS on us. CPS, excuse me.
CFS.
It's
post office.
Bro, I don't know what any of those initials stand for.
You're a clerk, bro. CFS is Central Forwarding System. I meant to say CPS as in Child Protective Services because Dr. fucking Dan is the worst parent I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, the guy. What is the guy doing? He's like fucking around to every single fucking girl, dude.
Dude, every woman he comes in contact in this entire movie, there's some kind of ass grabbing, kissing, sexual encounter going on.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Dr. Dan is Mr. Fuck Around. All right, dude. So let's get into this, dude.
Let's do this.
Season of the Witch. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, dude. So we're in Northern California. It is Saturday, October 23rd. Harry is out for a late night jog. And just like any idiot in the middle of fucking October, jogging in the middle of the street underneath the bridge in the middle of fucking the night, he decides it's a good time to get chased by a couple of dudes in a couple of suits. You know, this is just what happens in the fucking time frame that we're in. I don't know what to tell you. Dude, they chase him, and there is no dialogue in the first 15 minutes of this fucking movie.
I thought this was the Matrix.
Him into a junkyard and corner him, and he's hiding with the cars. And I blink. It literally felt like a blunk, and then I looked at the screen again. Yes,
Blunk?
I said blunk.
Blunk.
Bro,
that's
what?
That's a new
blunk
word,
is in the blunk is in the Sean Hackey dictionary. All right.
I blunk.
I blunked.
I blanked at what I was going to say about blunking because I blinked and the TV fucking changed. Next thing I know, Harry the Houdini is laying on the ground getting strangled by some dude in a suit that has no facial expressions, no remorse, no nothing. He's not even huffing and puffing. We see Harry pulling out a chalk block of a car because apparently a car that can just roll away willy-nilly with no parking brake needs a chalk block and it's on a fucking hill. That makes absolute sense. Dude, I've never seen a car crush a man so fucking slow in my life outside of
he stared at that car for a good solid 4 seconds and didn't do anything.
Yeah. You know what it is? Bro, he is the father of the child in Maximum Overdrive. The kid that's trying to outrun the steamroller in the outfield. What it is. It takes him 5 minutes to roll.
There we go.
They're related.
Oh my god.
They're 100% related.
We got him. Movie tie-ins. Done.
Dude, it didn't even crunch his shoulders. It bumped into him and then stopped. Yeah, talk about safety precautions. Come on, isn't this the fucking 80s? Kill someone already.
Dude. Oh my god.
So Harry decides, hey, I'm not going to get any play underneath this car, and I don't know how to do an oil change. So let me go check out this mechanic real quick, watching a Silver Shamrock commercial telling us that there's 8 more days till Halloween. Sorry, every time I hear that, dude, I get sidetracked and I start.
I also want to blame you guys for that jingle being in my fucking head all day today. Thanks. Dude, appreciate that.
Oh, no problem, dude. But while this is on, we also hear a radio broadcast of something going on where people stole the bluestone from the Stonehenge. And it's this big news story that comes into play way later on. But Harry now barges in the middle of this rainstorm, because that's what happens in a horror movie, guys. It rains, it thunders, and it rains. He runs in. The black dude, I don't know his name, says nothing. Next thing I know, they're driving away in a tow truck. There is still not a single line of dialogue outside of TV commercials in this fucking movie.
It's really good. It's dragging me in for sure so far.
Yeah. Is it dragging you in out of the rain? Because that's what Dr. Dan did. Is he came in out of the rain to greet his family.
At first, he looked disappointed to see his kids.
Yeah, it looked like he was there forcefully. Yeah. And then he gives them 2 paper bags. He's like, one for you, one for you. I thought he was handing them bottles of booze. And they pull out Halloween masks, and they're these shitty plastic ones that you get at like the dollar store on clearance. I don't know how dollar stores have clearance, but if they did, that's where Dr. Dan bought these goddamn masks.
God, what is happening? We're like
so even the kids are like, I don't want this trash. What? Mom got us real masks, bro. She went to Silver Shamrock, you piece of shit.
That's why Mama wants a divorce.
Yeah, Mom wants a divorce, and Dr. Dan gets a page, and he's like, hey, you know how important my job is, woman. I have to go. There is a man in trouble. Needs me to save him, even though I've been drinking all night.
Put some respect on Tom Atkins' name right here. Let's go, man.
I love Tom Atkins. He plays a deadbeat dad so well.
He's a great dude.
This man, Dr. Dan, has just he burges like he gets to the hospital, and we see Harry, and Harry is being like drug in, and he's clenching a mask, and he doesn't know what's going on. And he's just like, get him like triazolone or some weird name that I can't say because medical sciences stuff likes to use big words that I can't pronounce.
Fuck those big words.
So we see that this man that's being brought in is Harry from the opening scenes, and he's clutching a pumpkin mask, just like the one over my shoulder, the one behind Justin, and Waterboy's not cool enough to have a backdrop. That's not made by his daughter. She's still really good at it. Shout out to you.
Thank you. Shout out.
So
are you drunk this episode?
I'm overly tired, and I did have an edible.
Okay. All right. I was just saying, this is a weird shot.
So Dr. Dan puts this dude to sleep, puts him in his own room, like off to the side, whatever. Then he slaps Aggie's ass. And they talk about warm milk and cookies and how they're going to go take a nap together and how we should have married her instead of his bitch of an ex-wife because he'd be a lot happier with her than his ex-wife. Oh, while this is going on, we see the man in the suit is now at the hospital, and he walks in willy-nilly because there's no security back then. He could just walk in. We all seen this in Halloween too. Michael Myers just walked in, fucked shit up, went home. This guy thinks he's going to do the same thing, and guess what? He's right because he gives Harry the fucking nose job of a lifetime.
Oh, he does.
This man performed plastic surgery with his 2 fingers, and he said, hey, Harry, I see you snoring while you're sleeping. Why don't you come here and let me undeviate your septum?
Dude, I was about to make that joke, and you fucked me over, kid.
I fucked you over? Well, I can tell you what, Harry's insurance is about to get fucked over because this surgery didn't go as planned, and now Harry's dead.
Yep, and now his daughter's stuck with the bill. Yep.
Yeah, because that's what happens in America's healthcare system. So Agnes is screaming in pure terror, to which Dr. Dan hastily slow walks out into the corridor to try to figure out what's going on. And when he hears he's like running in place because Agnes is freaking out. She's screaming bloody murder. These are the kind of screams that set you off like, oh my God, dude, someone's dead, someone's dying. Like, I need to react, right? You're in a fucking ER, bro. Step the fuck up. Or at least jog. Because this man in the suit is gingerly walking out the door. And it seems like Dr. Dan is running a fucking 5K through these corridors, and he can't catch up to him.
This is Michael
And
Myers
when he
walk,
does
dude.
catch up to, yeah, exactly, dude. And when he does catch up to him, they're outside. This dude is already in his car that is across the courtyard inside of a parking lot. And he gets in, shuts the door, has enough time to then reach into his back seat, pull out a 5-gallon gas, dump it all over his head, and light his ass on fire and blow up the car before Dr. Dan even makes it out of the double doors. Where is this guy? Does he not have pep in his step?
No,
he's a doctor. Does he not know Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, that's a really small hospital.
This dude
he doesn't have much room
needs to call our homies in Satanic Hispanics and get on that fucking Stairmaster with Dr. Vampiro. And let's go. Driving me nuts without, dude. All right, I'll stop there because now, I gotta put myself in check, Justin.
Justin, go take an edible.
I need to like get on this level. Holy shit!
I don't know what to tell you, Justin. But the cops on the scene now.
Sean's the you.
Is this how I come across?
You gotta go pee?
Sometimes.
No, I heard snapping. I can't tell where it's coming from.
Sure?
Wait, is that you? All right, yeah, no, I'm peeing. I mean, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, let's make sure you put it away, Justin, because this is a public, safe space. And now cops are on the scene, and Dr. Dan calls his ex-wife, Linda, to tell her that, I can't pick up the kids tonight. To which she ain't having none of it. She's like, fuck you. These are your kids too. You need to step up in this 50-50 child agreement, and you need to come take these kids from me so I can have a glass of white Zinfandel and party with the girls.
Damn right.
And he's like, listen, babe, I'd love to take my fuck trophies from you, but I really can't. A couple of guys here died. And she's like, yeah, well, you work in an ER. Doesn't that usually happen? And he's just like,
this wasn't
an accident. This is different. And she's like, all right, so tell me about it. And he's like, no, I'll tell you later. Bro, you're on the phone right now.
I've got some detective work to do as a doctor.
Just fucking tell her. That's all you got to do. That's it. Nothing else. So they settle this argument by agreeing that he'll come get the kids Saturday morning at 10 a.m. instead. So she's compromising with him. And Dr. Dan is like, yeah, got out another one. Fuck them kids.
Yeah. I'm gonna fuck Ellie instead.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of Ellie, she shows up and the cops are like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, is that my dad? And they're like, I don't know. The guy under the sheet? It might be. She's like, can I take a look?
Did he have a deviated?
And he's like, listen, babe, you might not want to take a look because he definitely looks like Apollo in Rocky IV right now. You might not want to see this. Yeah. So she lifts up. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Harry's final face, but Ellie does.
What you laugh? What's wrong with you?
I don't know, but Ellie does, and then she's like freaking out, and she goes into the corridor and she starts crying. And Dr. Dan, being the stand-up guy he is, takes one look at her and says, "I don't want someone with daddy issues," and just keeps walking. See you later. It's like 2 days later now, and Dr. Dan is flirting with the coroner's assistant, trying to get like the medical report out of her. He wants to know who this guy is. He's got his, NYPD fucking CSI stuff going on in his head right now because he's in the FBI investigators. I don't fucking know what he's thinking.
He's in everything, dude.
He's a doctor, dude. Put your detective hat away. This isn't Night of the Creeps. Get the fuck out of here. But again, this man has laid seed all over this hospital because what does he do? He gets a nice little smoochy smooch from the coroner's assistant before he leaves, and he promises her dinner. And apparently he's done this quite a lot in the past because she said she owes him quite a few meals.
Yeah.
Dr. Dan is quite the fuckboy, Justin. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, my screen was.
This dude slays the vajay.
What? All right.
Come on, Justin.
No, my screen was glitching.
Let's go out for a drink, dude. Dr. Dan is now at the local bar blowing off some steam, where he asks the barkeep, he says, hey, this is an establishment made for adults where we like to get shit-faced and drown our sorrows. Why am I watching childish cartoons? Can we please change the channel? And we get none other than the OG Michael Myers. Let's go.
Let's go.
Mikey,
the first and only time you'll see him.
Yep. And it's one of the most iconic scenes, too, because it's when he's crashing through the closet into Laurie.
Hell yeah.
And then it cuts right into his Silver Shamrock. Halloween. And Ellie is clearly stalking Dr. Dan because this man must give off a musk when he walks by women and they just follow the smell like Pepe Le Pew. Yep. They just follow the aroma the whole way there because she bumps into him at the bar and they start talking about what happened last night and they decide to leave and they go to Harry's shop. This is like a local shop. It's got everything from like groceries to Hallmark cards to these Halloween masks. And they go over his log and they figure out something happened between him going to get these masks and dinner with some chick that, Dr. Dan's probably already slept with.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So now Dr. Dan is pitching Linda some heavy, hardcore bullshit about like a conference that just came up that he's got to go out of town to attend. And he's bailing on his kids again. And he says, don't worry about it, honey. I know I'll be back to take the kids trick-or-treating. You have my word. I will dress up like a deadbeat and I will take these kids around to collect candy that I will take home and check for poison and razor blades.
Hey, don't give away my
secrets,
secrets,
to my
bro.
kids. They can have the apples and the oranges and shit. I want the Reese's and the Milky Ways.
All the good shit.
Dr. Dan just kind of comes off like that. Like, get the fuck away from me. This is dad tax, even though I haven't seen you since last Christmas.
Oh my God.
But I don't know if you guys feel this comfortable, but nothing says stand up citizen like going on a road trip with a woman you just met from a dead man that you just took care of a couple hours ago. What feels like a couple hours ago, but this is like 2 days ago.
Wait, that's not normal?
Yeah, dude. And this scene wasn't in the movie, but apparently he went to the funeral. Yeah. It was at the wake.
Mm-hmm.
Is this normal? He's a good guy.
Well, did you see? Wasn't there a movie where
dumped this guy up and then stuck him in a hospital room?
Well, that's the best place. That's the best
with Nurse Agnes.
That's the best place to meet women, though. It's at funerals, right? Because they're grieving. They're
dude. What does he think he is? Will Ferrell in the
exactly? That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah!
Get the hell out of here. So they show up in Santa Mira, and this entire town looks like just a fake storefront. Everyone around there is like a ghost town. They're all staring at them through the windows like, ooh, we've got outsiders. Like, I can't wait to invite them to the fucking Jubilee. Woo!
Yeah, well, this is a wax town right here, I think. Yeah.
They drive back, though, when Dr. Dan calls this a company town where everything lives and dies through Silver Shamrock. They circle back, and they head back towards the service station, where it's like a motel with it. They pull up, and Ellie... They decide to stay at the service station, all right? So Ellie talks to the owner of this place. His name is Rafferty. As they check into their room for the night, Dr. Dan is like, yo, sweet cheeks, keep him busy. I'm going to go do some detective work because I'm really good at this shit. I haven't messed up once this entire movie other than not seeing my kids.
Oh, my God. All right. You hate this guy.
Opening credits. So
he's a stand-up guy.
While Ellie's keeping Rafferty busy, we see Dan. He's in there checking out the guest book. And then he sees obviously what he needs. He signs in, does all that shit to make it less conspicuous, leaves just a wad of cash because clearly this is all his unpaid child support money that's going to this fucking.
He's looking in the books. He's like,
the girl that he just met.
Are there any other women in these rooms that I can sleep with?
Yeah, well, there's two more because as he leaves the main office, he almost gets run over by an RV. And the dude gets out and he's like, hey, you're fine. Nothing hit you. We're good. Picks up the bike. He's like, nothing's wrong with the bike. Hey, my name is Buddy. This is my wife. You can probably bang her. I can see it in your eyes. And this is Buddy Jr. Hey, come on out. Meet the new guy. So they have the friendly encounter. Buddy Jr. comes out. He gets pissed off the bike fell off the front of the RV. He gets on the bike and he decides he's going to go for a ride. The mom, being a great mom, says, hey, Buddy, stay out of the street. And Buddy, being a stand-up son, flips her the freedom rocket and rides right into the street.
And then a bus comes by and hits
you,
the kid.
And that is how Pet Sematary starts.
There we go.
There you go.
Right into Pet Sematary.
But no, what does happen is Dr. Dan's like, oh shit, I'm getting away from these people. He clearly wants me to bang his wife. I'll do it later, friend.
After Ellie.
I need to get back to the hotel room and talk to Ellie because I'm working on that too. And then he almost gets run over by like a fucking white Pinto. And this lady that gets out is pissed off, doesn't say sorry or nothing. She's bitching about how they fucked up her mask order and she's got to stay in this podunk fucking town piece of shit motel again. And she ain't too happy about it.
Man.
Dr. Dan pulls out a Tom Atkins one-liner and I love it. This place is an absolute ghost town. Dr. Dan has had no visceral reactions at all in this town. The second this door shuts, it's a goddamn zoo out there. Like, just explodes on her.
And he goes like,
and then, yeah.
Where do you want me to sleep?
I did some investigating. And it turns out your dad did stay here on the 20th. She's like, awesome, dude. So we can put 2 and 2 together. We can go to the Silver Shamrock. We can talk to the owner. We can figure out what happened with my dad, if he actually got his order, if he left, if someone carjacked him. I don't know what happened, but we should definitely investigate this because time is of the essence. I've seen the first 48, and this has already been a first 72. So we need to get a move on. And Dr. Dan's like, whoa, sweetheart, please pump your fucking brakes.
Hold on.
Hold on. I need a drink. It's Miller time. I don't know if you caught that, Justin, but when he calls in to Linda and he's like, yo, there's a conference going on.
Yeah.
I can't pick up the kids. The second they hang up,
he's got a six
swipes
pack.
A 6-pack of Miller.
Yeah, I seen that.
So this dude's been drinking the whole fucking time. He's like, hey, why don't we relax a little? You know, these clothes, if you get what I'm saying, they can last
I'm a little uncomfortable in these clothes.
Yeah,
how about you?
You know, if you want, I can get another hotel room. Already knowing in his head, because he's a fucking G, that if they get another hotel room, then things get suspicious. So that's out of the question. But you still look like a good guy offering to get another hotel room. Right, Justin?
Yep.
So he does the next best thing. He goes, maybe I could sleep on the floor. Or better yet, I'll go sleep in the stuffed up car that we just traveled in for like, I don't know, 7 days. Because that's how long they take road trips for in this movie. I don't know the time frame. I'm fucking lost. But he's like, I could go sleep in there because it's a lot more comfortable than the car than this hotel room floor.
What do you want
the carpet is from, the Overlook Hotel. I'm pretty sure there's bloodstains everywhere. But she gives him a look and she's like, whoa. Like now that you've made me feel like an absolute asshole because clearly I'm sleeping in the bed, I'll do the only thing you've cornered me into saying, and where would you like to sleep? And Dr. Dan just goes,
well,
that's a foolish question. Then he puts on that cologne from Anchorman with 60% of the time. It works every time.
Yeah.
And he leans in and he doesn't ask for a kiss. He doesn't wait for her to lean in either. He like straight up just like, nom.
Noms are right there.
All in. Dr. Dan is balls deep.
He's giving free mustache rides.
Yes. And during this mustache ride, we get a PA system going off with all the cameras and the megaphones that are all over this town because nothing in this town is staged, right? No way, get out of here. But apparently there's a curfew and they all need to be in by 6. I don't know why there's a curfew because I ain't seen a fucking person outside all day and I've been here with them for like fucking 3 days. All right, Waterboy, it's your turn.
All right.
Holy shit. What is
Justin, what do you think so far?
Bro, I thought
it's such a good movie.
I thought he covered the whole movie.
Yeah,
what just happened?
That was just the first half hour.
All right, now hack stab slash. Let's get real quick. All right, let's really cover Halloween 3 because what I just described to you was a Murray episode from 1992.
Murray? I don't even know what.
All right, so that was actually just the clip notes of the first 30 minutes. So actually, Sean, could you actually
read the
director's
Murray?
cut?
I don't even know what
Murray, Dr. Phil, Ricky Lake, Jerry Spring. I know you know Jerry.
I do, but there was nothing called Murray.
Maury.
Yeah, there was.
Are you talking about Maury?
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Murray.
There's like 5 different places.
Listen, Justin, you can't say the D's embedment.
The D's and who? What? I can't.
The D's. I don't know. It's an Ellie, dude. It's an Ellie.
All right, where are we? I feel like
the D is an Ellie.
Ellie?
This is a curfew, and he's giving her something way past Dan, 6. Dude.
Bro, hold on. I feel like we just did like the first 30 minutes. It took us 45 minutes to cover the first 30 minutes.
Let's get into this.
Waterboy, right? Get us on. What just happened?
You. I'm gonna pull you in, and then we'll release. All right. Sort of like Dr.
No more
Dan.
dick jokes.
All right. Curfew time in Santa Mira, with the town being completely absent and abandoned looking.
I'm talking. I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry.
Night comes.
We got a mute button for that.
And cameras are watching.
Night wasn't the only thing coming, Waterboy. Just ask Dr. Dan.
It was Dr. Dan.
Hold on, we got to get through this.
He did.
He spent 25 minutes making fun of Dr. Dan and his parenting skills.
Night comes, and so does Dr. Dan.
Oh my God. Now we're one.
Chicken burn.
Now Waterboy's 20 seconds into his.
And cameras are watching everything.
Ask Waterboy's wife. He doesn't last more than 20 seconds.
Hey, it's not my fault.
We gotta get through this. Why isn't it your fault? Take some responsibility. Shit, no. Sorry. No, I'm joking. I was gonna say you can't fix it if you don't take responsibility. I'm sorry. I just
Jason, pass out.
This is a train wreck. This is a fucking train wreck.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Sean's not allowed to take edibles. Dude, he made fun of Dr. Dan for like 2 hours and 37 minutes.
Dude, it's 8:04.
And what I described was a better movie than what I watched.
My God. My part, I have a lot of action in mind, and I'm going to still only take like 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
You got a lot of action? That's a good way to take this movie.
Dr. Dan.
I apologize if anyone listens to us. I'm fucking sorry. Every once in a while, one of these go off. I'm sorry.
You can't say fucking.
You're gonna call me out when you guys. All right, Waterboy, read your damn script.
Got you right here. Night comes and cameras are watching everything.
It does.
Oh my God, it's gotta help us.
Dan getting a bottle of booze and heading back to the hotel, and he bumps into a hobo and lets him take a chug of his bottle, which is very unsanitary. And giving him some cash, with the homeless guy explaining that Cochran sees all before yelling, "Fuck you!" and saying it's the last Halloween for him. He's going to burn that factory to the ground. Well, one thing you don't do is mess with Mr. Cochran, as that homeless man ends up.
Wait, I just caught my breath, buddy.
Yeah, don't.
Why you gotta drop a dick joke?
Sean is fucking sweating. He's laughing so hard.
He is.
He's on timeout. Just muting the
Cochran, as that homeless man ends up getting his head completely ripped clean off by Mr. Cochran's hitmen.
Will you stop saying cock and head in the same sentence?
Back at the hotel, Ellie runs into Marge, who's there to pick up an order, and heads in for the night.
Why is that funny?
I don't know, because Sean's. I can't.
Bro, he's not allowed.
I can't stare.
When is the last time he's edibled? Edibled, is that a word? Bro.
Dude, I can't.
It is. If you blow.
I can't read. Dude, where's my. Justin, I need to pull a Justin from like a few episodes ago. Like,
bro, just like, is it my turn yet? We gotta get through this.
All right,
Justin.
Back at the hotel, Ellie runs into Marge, who's there to pick up an order, and heads in for the night. The chip ends up falling off one of the masks, and she starts messing with it, where it shocks her, and her face gets absolutely wrecked, like Ellie's did with Dr. Dan. With
Bro, she's all teeth. I think Justin quit the podcast.
He did.
He said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
It shocks her, and her face gets absolutely wrecked, with a bug even crawling out of her mouth and into her scalp. We transition from that grotesque scene into sexy time with Ellie and Dan, where they then notice some ruckus outside.
Who cares?
With men in lab coats hauling Marge out, where Mr. Cochran assures them that she is going to get the very best treatment, and they overhear there was a misfire. Saturday, the 30th now.
That's how you have kids. You know that, right?
Indeed. Misfires. Dan gives Deb a call, where the only things found were car parts and wires, etc., and asks her to find out what she can on Cochran. Where we also see a mic hidden.
That was a horrible sentence.
It was.
The way you worded that.
It was. It was.
Ask her what she could find out on cock. Welcome back, Justin. We already covered the sex scene.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all done.
My headphones got stuck.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's not the only thing that got stuck, because Dr. Dan talks about misfires.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Oh, shit. Dan and Ellie.
Now I got a kid.
Dan and Ellie head to the shop to try and pick up an order and get some information, where they bump into Buddy and family, picking up their orders as well, and there for a tour too, seeing how the masks are all made, even passing through all of Cochran's tricks of what made him famous in the first place. Also hear about the final process to the masks that are super top secret. Dan and Ellie start to leave, seeing all the men in the suits looking on, and Ellie notices her papa's car there before the men in suits stand in front of her to not let her pass. Back at the hotel, they are all scared and plan on leaving and calling the police because some crazy shit is going on in this factory. Dan steps outside for a minute to try and phone the police at the front desk where the calls cannot be completed as dialed. Heading back to the room, Ellie is gone with 5 men in suits start heading towards Dan, and they're going to try to take him too. He breaks out and makes a run for it through town, even trying to make a call on a payphone, and that doesn't get out either. He makes his way into the factory where he stumbles upon what looks like an old lady knitting until he shakes her and her head topples off, revealing that she is just a robot. He is then confronted by men in suits.
She was an antique from Germany. Now I need a replacement.
I need to get a new repair. He is then confronted by the men in the suits, where a fight ensues, where Dan ends up punching into the belly of one of them, pulling out what looks like oil or grease and
lemon
wires.
meringue pie.
There we go. Revealing that they are all just robots, bringing us in to Justin's turn after an incredible 1 hour.
Aren't we all really just robots in a robotic world, though? I mean,
are you trying to say that we're robots in disguise, Sean?
I don't.
Listen, Justin.
Transformers, Justin.
Just because you want to be a Sonic in a Dr. Robotnik world does not mean that we can't be all robots.
Bro, I just didn't get. I sure.
I know you didn't get the reference.
Robots in disguise, bro.
You guys actually watch the Transformers movies?
No, I watched Transformers.
Were you never a kid?
I think he went from being like born into an adult. He like skipped everything else.
Justin slid out of the womb and like looked at the doctor. He was like, "Focus up. We gotta be likable, guys, not childish. Let's fucking go. What are you doing? It is 2 a.m. Put that coffee down.
Let's go."
That's what I'm pretty sure. That's exactly what his first words were. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Anyway,
the infantry nurse walks by and he's like, "You take your vitamins."
Expaganda.
I just took all my shit as we were going. Anyway, 2 goons and Mr. Cochran, they capture him, and they are pissed about the woman's animatronic head because it was from Germany and it was rare. But Cochran says, it'll all be over soon. You, doctor, will find it quite interesting because tomorrow is Sunday and it's Halloween. And I can't even look at Sean. Fuck.
I told you.
It's so
hard, right?
You said animatronic head by Dr. Cochran.
What?
It's so hard, bro.
You're gonna rewatch this and be like,
it's so rare to get animatronic head.
Anyway, so he takes him in an elevator now, him and his goons, and he's gonna go show Daniel a show. And he said,
Are they going to P. Diddy's hotel room?
I gotta put my notes over Sean's face.
Bro,
how do I?
I think that's where they found the loop for all what's inside of all these.
Hold on,
they just raided his fridge. All right,
I blacked Sean out. Hold on. All right. Anyway,
that's racist.
So basically, and he says, "Look how convincing these robots are. Look how obedient they are." And we take them down to like a top secret lab, and we see like
where
TVs,
all the Japanese businessmen are waiting to have their turn.
Special rock just demonstrate. A bunch of shit happens. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I know. Fuck. Oh, sorry. They.
Don't quit the podcast, Justin. I'm sorry.
There's a fucking lab.
Beetlejuice is gonna be better.
My God, I'm trying to get through this. I was gonna tell him about the special rocks and shit. Can I just skip it?
Are they white? The Can you chalk them up into powder?
So, top secret lab. There's a bunch of TVs. There's people working on masks. They see a bunch of rocks and like, oh, special rocks. It's got a power to it. But don't worry, there's demonstration coming up where we see the lead salesman and his family walking down to a room and it's on the TV and they're being listened to and the TV's on. And we see the family. They the kid puts his mask on and they gather around, and all of a sudden the commercial starts playing and everyone's watching it, and the kid collapses and crickets come out and snakes started coming out of his fucking mouth. It's absolutely disgusting. Weird. The kid is dead. Absolutely bizarre. And all of a sudden now the parents they faint, and all of a sudden the snakes and crickets are like going into their mouth. Holy crap, like what is even going on?
I was wondering like where the hell did all that stuff come from? Like just from a mask?
I don't even understand like how they died, like what happened from that. Absolutely messed up. And then all of a sudden you see like a montage, you hear the commercial, and they like you see people like wearing their masks, and you see a montage from New York. We're talking California. We're talking Ohio. We're talking Seattle, Louisiana, Arizona. You fucking name it. You see the kids are trick or treating. You see the time is coming. It is almost time. All the shit's gonna go down at 9:00. People are trick or treating. It's getting closer. So now we have a flashback scene to where the girl is investigating the car explosion now, and she's talking, and like she found something that just this isn't even right. So she tries calling Daniel, doesn't get through. She calls someone else because she's like, "Yo, this is not a car part. You have to see this." And she starts to call 911, but then you see one of the robot mans, one of there, and he has a drill, and he drills her right in the head, drills her head dead, drills her head dead. He drills her head dead. And
he absolutely drills her, bro.
Justin, you were just so fucking dialed in. I was going to ask you if you're taking Ritalin when you started reading your notes, because you it was like one giant long sentence, and the only thing that stopped you was drilling head.
Yeah, like
I have one gripe on this. The masks, there's 3 of them. There's a lot of kids in the country. Are all these kids just 3 things?
Cost effective. Have you never run a business, you fucking imbecile?
Dude, 3 fucking masks, dude.
Anyway, so after she got her head drilled dead, it's 7:30 p.m. now, and we see Daniel now is tied up, and he is forced to watch a TV, and they throw a mask on his face and everything. And never mind, what's on the TV? We see our boy Mikey. Michael Myers makes an appearance again, and basically Cochran does his whole explanation of why this is happening. He says it's time. It's time again. Like, we didn't choose. The planets choose. It's time for sacrifices. It's the festival of Samhain. It's back to it. They're all in alignment. The barriers are thinnest they've ever been. It's time. It all makes sense now. Blah, blah, blah. Crazy shit anyway. Puts a mask on.
Blah, blah, blah.
Crazy shit, blah, blah, blah.
So anyway, and then Daniel's there. He kicks and smashes the TV because he's a badass. Kicks it with his feet. He grabs the glass, cuts himself free, throws the mask over the camera. Now we look at the time. It is 8:11. It is getting closer, and he goes into the venting system, gets right to the roof, flies to the roof, finds the door, goes back into the building. He calls and begs his ex-wife, please throw away the kid's mask. Please throw away the kid's mask. She's like, yo, what are you, drunk again? He's like, no, like, get rid of the mask. Get rid of the mask. He goes and finds Ellie, unties Ellie. They're sneaking around. We see the robot guys searching for them. They're sneaking around. They see a bunch of like those like little, I don't even know what you call those little button, little friggin' magnetic chips. And
the emblems, the
pogs.
Yeah,
on
the side of the mask.
Poggy things like that, and he grabs those, and then he starts pushing a bunch of buttons, starts the commercial early, and then he runs up top, and he just throws this whole entire box and just empties it. All those little things go in there, all hit all the computers and these robots, and they start zapping and frying all of them. Everything is freaking short-circuiting. One might even call this a vortex of electricity going around in a computer circle, and it even zaps Cochran's head, explodes his friggin' head. Let's go. Everything's going good. They run away. Now you see they get in the car. They're driving away, and everything's good. We're going to get a nice happy ending. But then, Ellie attacks.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry. Ellie attacks him in the car, and like, what is she, a fembot now? Like, smashes into the damn tree, and she loses an arm. She's missing an arm, but it doesn't matter. She's still attacking him. So he literally has to grab like a crowbar, and he knocks out like her other arm off, and has to knock her friggin' head off with the damn crowbar. And her arm still, like, he walks away, and the arm is still friggin' going, trying to grab him, and he has to whack the arm off. And whack the I can't. There's a lot of...
You are the worst influence on this podcast, Justin.
Yes. You guys are the worst. You gotta whack the arm off.
Look, they're just trying to get to the happy ending.
We need we need to put you and Rafik on your own podcast.
Oh yeah. Dude, that would blow up.
She finally dies, and anyway, Daniel now, he just like, fuck it, I'm gonna run to town. He runs to the town. He gets to the gas station. It is 8:59. He is on the phone. Who's he on the phone with? All of a sudden, we see a kid. He gets out of a car and he runs, and the kid turns on the TV, and the commercials start, and the kid puts his mask on, and we hear him kill the commercial, kill the commercial, get it off, make it stop right now. The kids are watching it, and they stop it. Thank God. Kid changes the channel to channel 2, and you hear him again. No, kill the feed. Channel 2, kill it, kill it. They kill it. Kid turns to channel 3. It's on again. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Did they kill it? I don't fucking know, because boom, movie ends just like that. Halloween 3 is over. Anyone have any thoughts?
When does Michael Myers come here?
Yeah, I was wondering. Is he in the
Does he
ending
ever
post
show up?
credits? Is he the post credits? Is there post credits on this?
No post credits.
I was waiting for like the annual
not a Marvel
flashback to show
movie.
you how he survived.
Just Sean, would you like to talk about how you feel about this movie?
Based off of my reaction to deadbeat Dan, fucking Dr. douchebag, and how he treated his family. All that bullshit aside, I really do like this movie as a standalone film. I like the concept. I really wish that we did get John Carpenter's Halloween series the way he wanted it, with each Halloween being its own new storyline.
Cool.
But with how sporadic this is, I can push all that shit aside and enjoy this now as an adult as much as I hated it when I was a kid. And I'm going to stick with my original rating, which is a 7.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Waterboy, take it away. What do you got?
So sounds they got lasers.
There was a lot.
It
was
5.
Lasers. So,
dude, he's giving us a 3.
No, definitely not.
One for each hole he likes to plug.
There you go. So there's lasers in here, so that's like almost like space like. So that's a big up for me. All right, that's a big layup right there. The whole
but they got stormtrooper accuracy
there, indeed, which was amazing. George Lucas and I think John Carpenter got in on this movie together, and I think that's what they made that happen. But let's break it down. So I had no idea that this movie was not going to have Michael Myers in it. I was looking for him all the way up to the very end of the movie. I was hoping. I didn't get to see him except for a commercial, and I didn't think I was going to be watching a movie about robots and Stonehenge aliens, but that's what I got. Somehow they stole 600-ton rock and put it inside of a abandoned town in the middle of nowhere. And
teleportation.
There we go. And one old dude who made his life off of just doing tricks for kids and like doing little things decided to kill everybody. And who hurt him? I don't know who hurt Mr. Cochran here, but somebody obviously did. Maybe Dan fucked his wife. Who knows? Who fucking knows?
That is more plausible than like any kind of child abuse he could have sustained.
Fair point.
But other than that,
because we never see a Mrs. Cochran through this whole movie.
Exactly.
And he does say Dr. Dan looks familiar. Waterboy, you solved
I'm just telling you guys.
The case.
There we go. Case solved.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. All right. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 10. Justin snored. I'm going to make that a 5 out of 10.
That's how you rate your movies? Light sounds and Justin's unorthodox breathing methods while I describe.
Justin's got a deviated septum. He should probably get some help from one of these robot dudes.
Oh, my God.
But other than that, I hope I never have to see this again. So when somebody does, say, let's watch Halloween from the beginning to the end, we're going to skip the end and we're going to skip fucking 3 because it has nothing fucking to do with it.
There's a lot of fucking in 3. We just don't see too much.
We're going to do 1, 2, 4. All right. That's how
1, 2, skip a few.
And that's
Justin.
That's my story. Sticking to it.
Being the sane person in this podcast tonight, why don't you give us a level-headed explanation on this movie?
Level head.
All right.
You hate him too? I can't believe it, Justin.
Wait, what happened?
I can't believe you hated this movie.
Dr. Dan.
I love Tom Atkins so much. This movie has Tom Atkins in it. That makes it watchable just for that one fact right there. I love how this like felt and like still like shot like a Halloween movie. Like the music, just the feel and everything was so awesome because I mean it is a Halloween movie, but I still had like that Michael Myers feel without Michael Myers. Like Tom Atkins so much. It was definitely a weird story, which is definitely a pretty messed up story. But still, as a standalone film, I still think it's decent. I give it just under a 7. I give this a 6.9.
Of course you would.
10.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Nope.
Good. Control yourself, both of you. But yeah, I think this is a solid.
Y'all just giving me layups.
You did that on fucking purpose, dude.
I'm going to give it a 69.
I did it.
Show me the fucking paper. Show me the paper right now where you said 6.9.
Hold on. Hold on. Oh, shit. I don't know if you can see it.
I can't see it, so I'm not believing it. You're going to have to send that in a text message.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take a picture and send it.
Yep. I will, but
I don't believe you. What I do believe is how great Tom Atkins is as an actor and how legendary he is with these movies and how great his range is, because in this movie he plays a 30-year-old fuck around doctor, and just a couple years later he plays a fucking 60-year-old halfway retired detective going to a college campus, probably banging half the broads there too.
And don't forget that I picked Trick to watch, and he's in Trick too, and he plays like an 80-year-old in Trick.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys.
Gotcha.
Anyway, does anyone have any fun fact? This is a train wreck. Anyone have any fun facts?
I got a fun fact. Michael Myers is actually not in Halloween 3.
Oh my dear God, I hate you.
I got a fun fact. He is, because he's in several commercials. Jackass.
All right, Sean, do you have anything to add besides how much?
No, we don't talk to the deer god. All right.
Oh my dear.
No, don't say it.
I'll let you give the fun facts.
Can you speak? Are you okay?
Me?
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine.
All right, cool.
Are you okay?
The tagline is, and now
fine.
The earth will run with blood again.
Huh?
You read that horribly.
Because you guys kept talking. I was trying to say it, and he kept just talking about like he saw like a light to camera or something. This is a train. Like, I apologize.
This is a fantastic episode.
Follow him. All right. The tagline
is because last time you told someone to do that, they unfollowed you.
Whatever you do, don't tell any more jokes.
Hey, babe. Someone say a fucking fun fact.
Someone say a fun fact that this movie was also a novelization released in 1982, and based off this, despite this movie's lack of success, it actually became a bestseller, and they re-released it with the movie form, like pitches and all that shit, in 1984, 2 years later.
Seriously?
Did you know that? Huh?
I didn't know that. That's incredible. Justin, why are you hiding behind your mic?
No, just stretching out, man. Yeah, no, it was a good fun fact. What else you got?
I like when they work small details into the film as fun facts. When he's going over the motel registry in the office, all the names in that book are actual names, and they belong to most of the cast and crew.
Let's go.
Pretty cool. Oh yeah,
I think shit like that is pretty cool.
As do I.
Using
as do I.
What's so funny about that? Stop it.
What's so funny? Why so serious?
Did you guys know that the fluid, the shit that we called, I called lemon meringue pie, was actually orange juice concentrate?
Love it.
So, Justin, you can go ahead and say it and use it in a dad joke that we should have concentrated better in this episode.
That's actually probably you should have. That's a good joke because it's true.
What are you trying
to say? And then I've got a Halloween tie-in if you'd like it, Justin.
This is a Halloween movie. Are you being serious?
In Halloween Kills, in Halloween Kills 2021, three of the Michael Myers victims are displaying wearing the silver shamrock masks on the merry-go-round.
Thank you for finding
Halloween tie-in, bro.
Thank you for finding a Halloween tie-in.
I got you.
When the movie called Halloween 3 and John Carpenter was involved.
No, dude.
We really had to look hard in that one.
No,
I did. All right.
They put the Halloween movie in this.
Rock hard in this.
All right.
It's not a Halloween movie. It just has the name.
Oh,
it's
the same gas. It's the same gas station that's in The Fog, which is also a John Carpenter movie. That's a fun fact. It took place in Santa Clara, California. It was the same setting for the invasion of the Body Snatchers, which took place in 1956. We have Marge, who was Tom Atkins and Garn Stevens were married at the time. So he was actually married to her, and she was in this movie. And then we also have the Silver Shamrock song was played 14 times in this movie. And then we have Nancy.
Why are you reading this off? You just sound fucking defeated.
I am defeated. And that's why, for the rest of the podcast, this is how I talk. We have Nancy Kai's Do you recognize that name? Because I sure do. Because here's the Halloween tie-in, Sean. She was Annie Brackett. Well, she plays Dr. Dan's ex-wife. I don't know if you realize that, but Annie Brackett was in this movie.
Wow. Bro, why are you talking to me like my mom just died?
And then I don't know if you guys also noticed. You guys have ever heard of Jamie Lee Curtis, but she was also in the Halloween movie. But do you know she was the voice on the intercom that said the curfew was at 6 p.m.? That was Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, but she was in the commercial.
What, for yogurt?
No, bro. When they're showing the Halloween movie, it's a commercial advertising it.
I got you. Good point. I thought you meant like she did the commercials for like, I don't know, get you five or no, what are they called?
Well, Yoplait.
No, she's like likes probiotics. Anyway, what the fuck? Just bye guys.
I'm Curtis. Make sure you're regular.
I don't know what's going on right now. So I'm Hacky. This dude is Stabby. This guy trying not to murder us through a screen this episode is someone.
Smash that unfollow, guys. Have the best night ever.
Hey, to all 17 of you, we love you. All right, high fives.
Down to 15. Down to 15 now.